Hi, it's Dr. Susan Bernstein here, founder of Work From Within, and I want to talk to those of you who are unemployed or have recently lost your job or may be unemployed soon. I want to really give you some hope because I know that it can be very, very difficult to deal with the worries about money, to deal with your fears of what might happen next, perhaps even some loneliness, not being with your colleagues, and I really want to address that. And I want to read you a letter that I wrote to a friend who lost her job in early 2010. And she lives on the East Coast, I live on the West Coast. And when I got the email from her saying that she'd lost her job, she was very panicked. I could tell from the things that she was writing. It was too late at night for me to call her, so I shot back an email to her. And when she read it the next morning, she called me and she said, "This meant the world to me, Susan." And she actually encouraged me to read it to other people. So I want to do that for you now. So I hope that you'll hear this letter and let your heart open to it. Let your mind too, but really I hope you'll hear me from your heart. And imagine that I wrote this letter just for you. Dear friend, I'm so sorry to hear that you lost your job. I'm sorry about the suddenness of it, the shock. But dear friend, I don't want to see you get stuck in pity. I do know that it's hard to make the financial adjustments, but I know you. You're adaptable. You can reduce your expenses for a while, and if you had to, you'd take any old work you could find just to pay the bills. What's often tougher is the social and emotional adjustment of not seeing your coworkers every day. We all need somewhere where we know we belong, a place where we feel like we fit in, a place that gives our lives meaning. So I know, without your job, you'll need to make some adjustments. I hope you're going to your house of worship and getting support. And I hope you're still volunteering, because I know that matters to you. And it's great that you're reaching out to friends like me, who can reflect your inherent value back to you. Dear one, I totally trust that being laid off is a challenge, part of the journey along your road to work that's even better than your last job. Please don't let yourself get caught up in worrying and fretting over negative, scary scenarios. If you find yourself playing the what-if game, call a halt to that. It doesn't feel good to ask yourself, what if I don't get a job for a really long time? Or what if interviewers hate me? Or whatever other frightening thoughts your mind conjures up. Remember, good thoughts feel good in your body. Bad thoughts feel bad in your body. Let your body signal you about the quality of your thinking. Jettison those negative thoughts. Replace them with good-feeling thoughts like, I trust that an even better job awaits me, and I am going to visualize myself having work that satisfies me even more than the job I'd been doing. That way, I'll move myself into being a vibrational match to the kind of work I want. I'll more naturally attract that kind of job. The more my energy and outlook align with the work I seek, the sooner I'll come to have it. I know how nauseating and frightening it can be to watch the evening news and see those cheerful anchors say, the latest unemployment figures look grim. Please turn off your TV. Turn off the radio. Do not poison your beautiful mind or your heart with facts and figures that worry you. So what if they're the truth? First, those employment numbers, they're averages, statistics. They aren't personal. Second, they don't reflect your drive and determination. You know, a job is a collection of activities that solves a problem. You are a natural-born problem solver. So of course you'll land a job. As I see it, it's your job to get as clear as you can about the kinds of problems you want to solve, and look for organizations that have those problems, and start talking to people in those organizations. Listen for their problems, and you'll naturally start offering solutions. That's how you craft a job for yourself, by helping people recognize that they have problems that have your name written all over them. I know this whole thing of losing your job and finding a new one sometimes seems so overwhelming. Sometimes you get caught up in fear. I must say, my dear friend, your essence is love, not fear. I know that one of the reasons you work is to know that you matter. Well, to feel like you matter, I encourage you to come from love rather than from fear. Replace fearful thoughts with self-loving thoughts, and you'll most assuredly feel love reflected back to you. So you'll know you matter. That cycle begins with you. You can also focus on doing activities that you love, like being in nature, chatting with friends, watching a comedy, playing with animals. Because when you indulge in these activities, really savoring them, you'll fill yourself up with positive energy, and that will help you to attract a great job. And I know that sometimes you feel ashamed for not working. I know that it stings when an acquaintance asks you, "What do you do?" It's that quintessential getting to know you question that adults ask each other. What do you do? You know, the next time you hear it, you just might answer provocatively, "I'm looking for my next adventure." That's a fun and engaging answer. Everyone loves adventure. That statement also opens up more questions. People are bound to ask you, "What do you mean?" Then you can tell them that you're between jobs. Describe what you're seeking in your next job. Share the activities you want to do, as well as the challenges you seek in your next job, and the kind of environment you want to work in. Please, my dear friend, keep your vision on the horizon, moving forward, and avoid getting stuck in the past. Focus on what you want, but avoid getting mired in the lack of it. Imagine celebrating your new job over and over and over again. Imagine this. If you get really freaked out, just be in the present moment and appreciate what you have. Your health, your friends, your family, your wise mind, your skills and talents. Focus on what is working. Your life is working, even if it feels vastly different than it did when you were working at your prior job. You will be employed again. You may not know exactly when, or exactly how that will come to pass, or exactly where you'll be, but keep the faith, and you'll be working. Feel that in your bones. Put a hand on your heart and know that you're on your way to your next adventure. Put a hand on your gut and get that knowingness. Keep reminding yourself of your bright future, no matter what. From within you, you will manifest the work you desire. Take a deep breath and get inspired about the future you are creating right now with your thoughts and energies. And keep reaching out for support. You matter. Love, Susan.